I'm so glad Deepak joined us today. So, Deepak, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Before we start, Kai, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and ITM Student Leadership Council, firstly, for doing this interview and help other students who are going to be joining UTD and MSI TM program. So, thank you for that. Thank you for this opportunity. Well, to talk a little about myself, I'm Deepak Ashok, Spring 2016 graduate. This is my graduating semester here. I'm in the MSI TM program like all the students here are. Currently I'm doing an internship at Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. I'm working there as a reporting analyst intern. Have been there for the past 5 months and it's been going as a great experience, and yes, I'm looking forward for a successful career ahead.
Yeah. What's your responsibilities at Mercedes, and what is the most enjoyed part of it?
My responsibilities at Mercedes. When I joined the company, I still remember when it happened on campus, when they'd come for the interview. They just told me it's an IT opportunity. They didn't go into any kind of details as to what I would be doing there. Once I went and joined the company, the first day I just got an overview about what Mercedes-Benz Financial Services is. But it took me like a week's time or almost 2 weeks to understand what I was going to be doing. And then my manager just told me, just explore every opportunity that you get here. I am not going to stop you to say, just do the coding part or do programming or just do this or that. He's like, do whatever fancies you. And then another supervisor of mine suggested, saying that, hey, you know what? Let's not do much of IT. Let's do more of the business side of it. There are so many business teams here. Go ahead and talk to them, speak to them and ask them about how the business works and what the IT supports the business with. So all these kind of things. So a typical role description of mine is I talk to the different business teams, business managers, and understand what their processes are. And I check to see if the IT platform that Mercedes-Benz has to support it is good enough, or are there any things that they can tweak or work on, any improvements, any challenges being faced, and that I communicate in the form of documents to my manager, which further gets escalated. So this is, I actually do the role of an IT and a management, doing full justice to the ITM program that I've taken, wherein I act as the bridge between the business teams and the IT team. So that's my role there.
So, what did you learn from Mercedes culture, and what is the most enjoyable part?
Mercedes culture, yeah. One nice thing is they celebrate every employee the way they are. At any point of time, my manager has not come to me and said, Deepak, do this way or do that way. He just says, do it the way you want to do it. Make sure you have something special when you do it. And they don't look at you as a full-time employee or as an intern or as a contractor. They just look everyone in the same way, and they are very people friendly. You can just go strike up a conversation. I have had conversations with the senior most managers at Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. I know they have busy schedules and all of that, but when you just walk past them or when you set up time with them saying you want an hour's meeting, they are more than welcome to do that for you, and they really want to support you in what you do. So that's the best thing I like about the culture there.
So, what kind of qualities successful people at Mercedes have?
Well, qualities, I would for sure say the people skills. Because one thing I've noticed, I guess this is true with every organization and not just Mercedes-Benz, the people in the organization are the success of the organization. The way they talk, the way they communicate, the way they respect each other in the floor, be it the team or cross culture. The business looks up to IT, the IT looks up to business. We look up to every single person. So I would say the qualities, apart from the technical knowledge and all of that which everyone has, it's very important to be a very people-oriented person. It's fine if you're not, but at least be open towards it. When someone strikes a conversation with you, make it a point to talk to them. So that's what I learned at Mercedes-Benz and the qualities there.
So what are the challenges you're facing in your workplace?
Well, challenges, yes, that's a good question, because just recently I had a feedback session with my manager, and one thing I noticed, I guess it's not just me, it's all of us at this point wherein we are transitioning from being students to being professional employees, we as students are a little laid back with what we do. For example, we procrastinate a lot. You want to do something today, but at the end of the day, if you still haven't done it, you just push it to tomorrow, saying that, you know what, that's okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow. But that really doesn't work at a work culture. When you're expected to do something on a particular day, you have to make it a point to do it that day. Not that my manager was pushing me towards things, but that was the feedback I got from him, saying that you shouldn't be that laid back, because in the professional world, the deadlines matter a lot. So being proactive and just getting things done and taking initiative to do things. So that was the challenges that I've been facing, and currently I'm working on it to see different ways as to how to do it. And the only thing I would say is that I just tell myself, Deepak, just stop being lazy and get it done. So I feel that's the main thing, that main challenge I faced, and I'm working on it right now.
So how did you land your internship with Mercedes?
That's a nice question, Kai. Well, I was really searching for my internships during the fall and the spring semesters. And it was a very big challenge, trust me. I had applied for a number of companies, and yeah, I was getting few phone calls and interviews, but nothing really positive was turning around. And the ITM resume book came up at UTD, and I remember Courtney had sent out emails asking us to apply and send in resumes. So she critiqued our resumes and put up a book together, and she sends it out to employers. I had sent it in, and then I was not really positive about it. I just said, okay, let's give it a try and just wait. But few weeks down the lane, I got an email from the Career Management Center at UTD saying that, Deepak, your resume has been shortlisted for an interview with Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. I was like, are you serious? Like, because I hadn't even applied for this position, and the name says it all. I was so surprised by looking at it. And then I spoke to the Career Management Center and asked them, how did this happen? I didn't even apply. They said, the ITM resume book helped you get this. And I was surprised, like I had no words to say anything at that point. So they interviewed like 6 candidates on campus here, and then yeah, I was fortunate enough and lucky enough to be the one who got the internship. So like I said, don't miss any opportunity that you get, and I keep thanking myself for having made it a point to send in my resume that day, and I thank Courtney and the entire ITM program for doing such an amazing job with the resume book. So that's how I got my internship at Mercedes-Benz. Yes.
I think Mercedes is the dream company for a lot of people. So what qualities of you that differentiate you from other potential candidates?
That's a nice question, because during the feedback session I asked my manager the same thing. So like I said, they had come here on campus for the interview, and they interviewed like 6 candidates, and they chose me out of it. And so when I had an opportunity, I spoke to my manager and asked him this question. So what was the main deciding factor to go ahead and choose me as the person? So he told me that almost all 6 were competitively good, and they did a really good job. But the main thing that they liked a lot about me was my communication skills. They told me that I could communicate clearly and openly, and then I could really tell people what was actually there in my mind. And for the role that they were looking at Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, they really wanted someone who can talk to people, communicate things, be it on either side of the teams, and to talk to vendors and business teams and third parties and all of this. So that was the main reason that my manager told me that they considered for having chosen me.
So from your observance, what is the difference in working in America compared to working in your home country, India?
Oh, that's again a nice question, because I was just thinking about the same few days ago. So what is it that I've learned extraordinarily from here? So when I was working back in India, I used to do my day-to-day activities, report to my manager, get things done. I used to just do my work. I really didn't know how my work would impact the bigger business, or how my work would help my client or my customer get good profits or the numbers. Here at Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, my manager makes it a point to talk to me and tell me, Deepak, you know what you do today is going to reflect so-and-so things in so-and-so positions. You have to do this at this point of time. This is how your you putting effort in this particular thing is going to help you in so and so position. So that's the most important thing I learned here, and it gives a sense of ownership that okay, so my company does rely upon me, so I have to do things to make sure my company can do really well. So that's the major thing I learned here. So
soon, what are some lessons you will give if your best friend coming from your hometown to UT Dallas to pursue MSI TM program?
Well, the only thing that I told myself when I was in the flight from India to US was, Deepak, just go out there and grab every opportunity that you get. And yeah, there have been many things I missed, but I tried to stick to that statement as much as possible from the time I've come to UTD. And it's been amazing. It's just that you have to push yourself and the rest is taken care of. You don't have to even do anything beyond that. Just make sure you grab the opportunity that you get. And not just my best friend, anyone for that matter, that's what I would say. Just be open towards things and grab every opportunity you get.
Internship. Can you tell us little your experience with MSI TM program?
The MSI TM program here is an amazing program. I've had really good experiences and I've met really good people here. I want to start off by talking about the academics of the course. It's a very well structured program, I would say. It helps students concentrate their course of study in something that they enjoy doing, and the course structure is designed in such a way that the moment you know what you want to do, they make sure you become the best at that course. That's the best part about it. And the professors, they're really open-minded. They are open to all kinds of discussions, be it the research topics or case competitions or any kind of challenges that you have. You can directly go and approach them. The program director is really friendly. You can go and reach out to him too. He has his office hours and you can go have conversations with him, be it regarding your courses that you've taken or anything that you're looking at in future, or if you're looking at pursuing any kind of research topics. You can have good conversations. And apart from that, the ITM Student Leadership Council, I've been a part of the council too, and we really make it a point to help the students at ITM, be it when they have difficulties registering for courses, with their resumes, critiquing them, helping them with things. And the ITM resume book that is put together, that's an amazing thing because I got my internship through the ITM resume book for sure. That's amazing because the book goes out to like thousands and thousands of employers, and these are some really good things that help me shine really well in the program here. And yeah, that's about it.
Shape search and academics can be stressful and overwhelming sometimes. So what did you do to handle with stress and to keep yourself motivated?
Well, I agree with you because this is my graduating semester and I'm doing an internship. I even have one academic course, and I'm currently hunting for a job as a full-time employee. So yes, it does get a little stressful, but I always am a person who kind of takes happiness in small things in life. So I come back in the evening, I just sit in my balcony and sip over a cup of coffee. I take so much peace in that. I go for a walk in the evening, that relieves me a lot. So like I said, and if possible over the weekends, I just hang out with my friends and go somewhere out. But pretty much, yes, I do make it a point to take at least an hour off or 2 hours for my calendar, just for myself, maybe by cooking something for myself or anything of that sort. So that keeps me going.
Okay. As far as I know, you worked many jobs on campus as, for example, students, workers at the International Center or the TA, teaching assistant. You also involved many organizations like ITM SLC and the Dean's Council. So what did you learn from this experience and how does it help you?
I really can't thank UTD enough for this experience because this was what I felt I was missing in my life till the time I came to UTD. I have always been more of an introvert person is what I thought, but from the time I came here and became a part of these organizations and worked on campus, that's when I learned I can actually do things no matter whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert person. Well, I started off as an on-campus employee, worked as a student worker. It was great, worked as an orientation peer wherein I started talking to so many people. That was the first time I met people from different cultures: India, China, Japan, Korea, Germany, Brazil, Russia. So it was just an amazing experience. I just met students from all over the world. And then from there, I worked another on-campus job and then moved to becoming a teaching assistant. I was very skeptical about that position, if I would be able to do justice, but with the support of the professors for whom I was working for, they really guided me, be it the topics I had to study, be it me helping the students who were coming to me. It was a very successful time, and I learned a lot during that time, be it academics as well as how to teach people, because for one, it is to sit and study by yourself. Teaching someone something is a whole another thing, and initially I was not good at it, but I really learned how to get that done. And I would say it was the experiences from all of these that helped me get my internship finally, because like I mentioned, in my internship, the main thing that they were looking for is good communication skills. And each of these jobs, each of these experiences, and each of these student organizations, that was the main thing that I learned. How to talk to people, how to efficiently put out my thoughts and ideas, and make sure the person on the other side understands it. Not necessarily that they have to agree with what I say, but at least if it's a difference of opinion, understand what I'm saying. So that was the main thing I learned out of all these experiences.
So following this question, you involved so many activities on campus. So how did you manage your time? And how did you manage your time?
Yes, time management would turn out to be a challenge. Especially, I remember my second and third semesters here at UTD. Those were really challenging because, for one, I had a full course study. I was working on campus, and then I was even searching for internships, and apart from that, I used to keep myself involved in all these student organizations. The only thing that I would tell myself every day in the morning is, Deepak, you are just enjoying this. I just look back at yesterday and the amount of fun that I had, and every day I used to get up like at 7:30 in the morning. I know it's not a challenge for many people, but for me it used to be a very big challenge.
I agree with you.
And at that time, I just buckle myself up and say, you can do it. And I used to just step out of the house by like 9 in the morning, attend classes, do my job here, get involved in organizations, do some activities, and then it used to be around like 9:30, 10 in the night that I used to get back home. But still, the amount of satisfaction and fulfillment that I had at the end of the day was really good, and I feel you got to experience that, and you will surely get addicted to it, and you'll make it a point to do that every day. So trust me, you will start liking it.
Okay. So can you share an experience or a person on campus made the most impact on you?
Oh, thank you so much for asking that question, because without a doubt, I would speak about Courtney Sturgis, because she has been an amazing mentor to me. Especially talking about my career, at every point, be it an interview that I took on campus, be it an interview I took for my internship, or right now for my full-time search interviews, she's the first go-to person for me. I reach out to her and tell her, Courtney, I'm preparing for so and so thing. What are your insights? What are your thoughts? How do you think I should approach this? This is the way I'm preparing for it. Can you please take some time out and let me know if there's anything else that I have to improve on? And she's been a person who's always open towards supporting any student, for that matter. Need not be just ITM or any program. You genuinely go ask her for help, she does it to you. So she has been my biggest support here at UT Dallas, and I just can't thank her enough for that. And Courtney is not just the one person here at UTD. There are many other people who inspire you to do things and who mentor you, who just support you. I would say the whole of UTD and the whole of JSOM is filled with people, staff and faculty of that sort, who you just got to have the drive to do something, and they'll make sure you do it, because they support you in what you do, and when you lose belief, they make sure you trust yourself with it. So that was that.
Okay, what is a course you thought you would never use, but later you found it will really useful in workplace?
Right now, like I said, I'm working more of in a project management role, and I wish I'd taken more subjects towards project management and like agile project management and all these kind of courses. But I was more focused towards the business intelligence and analytics track. It's good that I focused on that track and I'm getting an experience in a different track right now. But yes, there are a few courses which, like for example, I had taken this course data visualization, and I knew it was a really good course when I took it. And
Under professor?
I took it under Professor Judd Bradbury. It was a good course. I learned a lot, and the project I did in that course was really good. And I'm sure no matter what job I take up, I am going to be using that course extensively and the knowledge I gained in that course, because it's a very strong tool that I learned, and yes, I can do some good stuff with it.
Yeah, I love Professor Judd Bradbury a lot.
That's
He's my favorite professor.
He is mine too.
Yeah, so how has the MS ITM program at UTD prepared you for your career and your life?
When I joined in spring 2016, I knew I was coming to UT Dallas for MSI TM program, and that's about it, I would say. I really didn't have a clear picture, anything apart from that. I sat at the orientation sessions and I felt very lost about it, in fact. And I didn't even know what courses to take. And I still remember Courtney was there at the orientation session, and she said, you know, students who are lost in the orientation, we have an advising session. Do come for that, where we will help you choose subjects and understand the curriculum. It started from there, and I started believing in myself from there, saying that you can do it. And then apart from that, I made it a point to attend all the workshops and career sessions put up by Career Management Center here at UT Dallas. They are amazing. There are some really good career advisors at the Career Management Center here. They help me so much with my resumes and my LinkedIn profiles and all of that. Again, I can't thank them enough for that. And then going ahead, like I mentioned, I kept myself involved on campus through all these organizations and my on-campus job. That's when I got more exposure to the work culture here and about people's skills and talking and getting things done. I would say it was a gradual growth that I saw in myself over the past 15-18 months, wherein I'm still, sometimes I just a little surprised by myself that I've actually done few things which I wouldn't have even thought about maybe a year ago. So MSI TM in that way, be it the academics, that goes without saying, with the brilliant professors and faculty that we have, they do an amazing job. But apart from that, this program has helped me with small things like these that has brought me up to the position I am right now.
What made you choose UT Dallas?
I still remember the day I got my admit from UTD, and I was just overwhelmed with joy, because I already have friends who were studying here and they told me so much about UTD and the course, the reputation the school had. So I really didn't think twice about choosing UTD, because it's in Texas, and Texas is such a welcoming state too, and be the climatic conditions again, it's pretty much warm throughout the entire year, and I was looking at moving to a warm place, especially from being from India, not used to the cold locations. So I was looking, that was another contributing factor, and yeah, I chose UTD without much of a confusion.
What is your favorite things or place to go in Dallas or in UT Dallas?
So you're talking about Dallas or UTD?
Both, yeah.
Okay, firstly at UTD, trust me, you have to take so much time to actually get to know the campus really well, because it's been a year and a half now I'm here, and there are still parts of the campus which I haven't explored at all. So it's a huge campus. Do take some time to walk around here. And apart from that, Dallas has so many fun things to do for sure. Be it the Reunion Tower that we visit, we have the Dallas Zoo that's there, and then in and around Dallas there are many trek places which are there, and I'm a person who's into trekking. I do like going for hikes and all of that, and there are a number of places around Dallas here which you should watch out for. And yeah, like everyone talks about, the nightlife here is also good. The downtown and the uptowns, and it's all fun to hang out there. It's been nice.
You're gonna tell me some trekking places?
Oh yes, I will.
I'm a big fan of that.
That's awesome.
So, let's say if you have a chance to do over your university life again, what would you do differently?
What would I do differently? I don't know if it would be, if I can call this different. I just tell myself, if I could grab just all the opportunities which I felt had come my way, and if I could experience so much at UTD, I wish I could grab more opportunities, because I just imagine how much more experiences I would have got and how many more new people I would have met. So I would just wish that I could have grabbed more and more opportunities and got myself involved more on campus. So that's the only thing I would want to redo.
Okay, so with the recent gun shoot in Las Vegas and in Plano, do you think Texas is still a safe place to study? And so do you have any bad experience with the safety issue while your time in Dallas?
Firstly, yes, those were some really disturbing events that happened here in the US, and I really don't know what to say, but I was just disturbed on seeing those happen. But apart from that, here at UTD, I've always felt really safe, and I still remember when I was working on campus too, there was a firing that happened somewhere in the US, I'm not sure where, but the supervisors and advisors whom I work for, they personally came to me and asked me, how are you feeling? I know you're like miles and miles away from home. Is there anything that we can do to make you feel good? And that by itself was so touching, and I really felt like at home. And I just told my parents, I called them and I told them that you really don't have to worry. I'm for sure in safe and good hands, because it's all about the people you're surrounded by. And I know I'm surrounded by a really safe set of people who care for me, and that's the best part about UTD here.
Okay, yeah. So what is your biggest goal in life right now?
Well, I'm in my mid-20s right now, and it's all about figuring out my future and career. And yeah, at least now I'm a little lost in the job search that's happening. But for sure, down the lane, I want to go to a position where I can start giving back the places that have helped me so much. For sure, my school and college back in India, and then UTD here, and then the society in general, because people need help, and I want to just make sure I can do the least that I can do, just pass on the knowledge that I have. So I want to just keep getting more and more knowledge during all these experiences, and whatever small things that I've learned, I would want to pass it on to people. And for that, I should sure make sure that I'm in a good, successful position in my life to do so. And so yes, a job search right now, but for sure a bright future ahead. That's what I'm looking at.
I believe so, and I think that's our interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.